I don't have to care. My coat is very furry. I'm a grizzly bear.
Welcome back to another episode of Take It to Go, where we invite you to take a load off your mind, take a break from your everyday, and go on a ride with the guys. I am with my co-host Kenny.
Whoa.
There it is.
Nah.
Yeah, let's get straight into the shit. So today we got quite a lot to cover. We have um, a crazy game between the Spurs and Thunder. We have a crazy comeback with the Knicks and the Cavs. Um, we have quite a lot of bit of news to go around today and things to
Sports news.
discuss and games to review. So yeah, let's just go ahead and kick it off with the Thunder and the Spurs. But before we get to the Thunder and Spurs, if you're here, make sure you like,
Yeah, I'll put
comment,
some in there.
subscribe, and share. Make sure you click the bell for more notifications. And make sure that you get down in them comments whenever you hear Kenny say something stupid. Make sure you get down in the comments
Uh,
and let that nigga know something. You know what I'm saying? You have my full backing. You know. But other than that, let's get into it. So, the Thunder and Spurs.
we are not the same. I am a Martian. Ain't that what Lil Wayne said? We are not the same. What? E.T. from home. That alien out there. That
Oh,
alien.
brother.
That's what we got to talk about. That alien, Area 51, has now been exposed. The aliens are here. It's Independence Day. The Martians, the gray man, the reptiles, they here. They everywhere. Yeah. We see them. They 7'5". They from France. They could shoot. They could dribble. They could block. They could
Yeah,
do everything.
yeah.
They, they could do
So
the
Wemby.
Martians, the Monstars from Space Jam.
Oh my
They
goodness.
here.
Oh my goodness. You done?
They taking the powers. They taking everybody powers, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Okay.
22-year-old defensive player of the year became the youngest ever to post 40 plus points and 20 plus rebounds in a playoff game, joining Wilt Chamberlain as the only player to do it in a conference finals debut. He hit a logo three to force a second
Let
overtime.
no. Hold on. Let's put some respect on it. He had
Oh my
41
goodness.
points and 24 rebounds.
That is correct.
Come on now, put some respect.
He hit a logo three to force a second overtime and scored 9 points in the second overtime, while rookie Dylan Harper added 24 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 steals and 6 assists. Um, yeah, so all in all, it was a great game for the Spurs. Um, all of their players were kind of hitting on all cylinders except for Steven Castle, who turned the ball over quite a lot. But uh,
I kind of feel a little different. I mean, Harper had a good game, but if you watch that game, Harper made a lot of mistakes. he made a lot of mistakes, a lot of dumb shots, turned the ball over quite a bit. Um,
Well, Harper only turned it over once.
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, Castle. I mean, I felt like Castle actually had the better game, but I mean,
Castle turned the
11
ball over
turnovers
11 times.
kind of says differently. Kind of says a little different, but I
I
mean,
will agree, though.
Castle in
I
the first
will.
half, Castle, I would say, had a better game. But Harper, towards the end, I was like, why does Harper have the ball?
Harper was
But
taking some very questionable shots, but that's his kind of that's where you would really need someone like De'Aaron Fox to kind of calm the team down
hmm
because as things were heating up, he would just yeah, he didn't
I
know
mean,
how to really calm it down.
in the fourth quarter, coach called a timeout and chewed Harper out. And Fox was the voice of reason, who kind of, that veteran leadership really.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. You could definitely see that, especially in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter. Uh, You could definitely see that the rookiness showing. But other than that, I mean, pretty solid game. Um, but another person who really stepped up big, um, was it Bryant or was it Keldon Johnson who was guarding Shai for most of the night? I want to say it was Bryant, but it could have been Keldon Johnson who was guarding
Uh,
Shai most of the night. And I think he guarded him very well. Now, mind you, they did have two people on him the entire game, so but he was still keeping up with him and contesting him. Um, every time he got to the half court line, he was draped on him. And then once he got a little bit further, that's when the help would come, and then you would have two people on Shai. So they did well. They took a little bit out of the Lakers page, and they made it even better because the Lakers were able to slow OKC down when they double teamed Shai at the half court line, and Spurs took that same play and they made it even better. But yeah, I mean, as far as Wemby goes, yeah, I mean, there's no one on OKC that can slow that man down. They tried to put the little man on him. Alex Caruso did his thing for what he could do,
yeah, I was just about
but
to say, Al-
Wemby was
Alex
really
Caruso. Alex Caruso was definitely the X factor for the Thunder. Um, as far as like what he was doing out there, this is probably the best game he had. 31 points, 11 for 19, and 8 for 14 from the three. He looked like Stephen Curry out there.
not only that, but he was also able to really rally the guys and get them pumped up. In the beginning of the game, when they were down, um, I think they were already down by almost 10 in like the very first 2 minutes of the game. And Alex Caruso, that veteranship really showed. And he really rallied the guys and said, hey, we knew this wasn't going to be easy. Um, let's knock the rust off, and let's get back to us. And he really took charge. And yeah, I mean, yeah, he damn sure looked like Steph Curry. He was He was doing the absolute most. He went 11 for 19 in field goals, and he went 8 for 14 in threes. 31 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Yeah, he all in all, Alex Caruso had a great game. Shea, Shea actually did not have a great game. When you see 24 points, you might think, and he had an okay game, right? But he played 51 minutes. He played the next person on the team that played the most minutes is still 10 minutes under what Shea played. So he played 51 minutes, went 7 for 23 from the field, 2 for 7 from the three, um, only took 9 free throws, went 8 for 9 on the free throws. He did have 12 assists, 3 rebounds, 5 steals, and 1 block, and then 4 turnovers. Yeah, I mean, in that fourth quarter, when you see SGA not hitting his shots in the fourth quarter, you have to take advantage because, I mean, it was like looking at a whole different guy. Like the shots that he usually always makes, those little mid-range shots that are usually automatic, they were just not connecting. Um, and it was kind of like that through the whole course. And going into the half, I'm thinking, okay, this is gonna be the moment where he really steps up. And yeah, we just didn't get that like I thought we would. I thought all the headlines was gonna say Shea surges in the fourth quarter, or Shea surges second half, or Shea surges in overtime, or maybe Shea surges in the second overtime. But he just never really got going. He did hit some clutch shots in the fourth quarter. And I believe he might have hit some clutch shots as well. No, I don't think he hit any clutch shots in OT. Um, he might not have had a single point in OT. Um, but yeah, all in all, you SGA is gonna have to play at that MVP caliber level, um, because if he can't, uh, if the Spurs win this and Shea is not playing at a and Shay's not doing Shay things, the conversations that are going to be had are going to be ugly. They are going to be ugly, downright filthy. They're going to say, huh, better than Kobe. This nigga not even better than fucking, like that's what the conversations are going to turn into. Um,
Well, I don't think nobody is saying he better than Kobe though. But
well, no, but
I love the defense that the Spurs is playing on Shea as far as double him, triple teaming him before he even gets a half. That's definitely like a deterrent because it becomes the other guys got to score. It's like they fine with anybody else scoring, but not Shea. And I mean, Shea had 24. Jay Will had 26. His game was kind of ugly. He seemed a little rusty. Um, even though he had 26, it wasn't a clean 26.
yeah, I agree.
So
And then I guess
yeah,
we
I
can talk
mean,
about I guess we can talk about their biggest problem though, and that is Chet. Uh, I mean, to not really take any shots, to not really even try. He only took seven. So no, okay. He only took what? He only took 11 shots in total. He went 2 for 7 from the field, and he went 2 for 4 from the three. Um, Only hit 2 free throws. Yeah, that's and he played 41 minutes. That's just not something you want to see from one of the one of the best players in his position. Um, that's not something you want to see from him. He has to take shots. I would rather see him take a lot of shots and they're just not hitting rather than see him just not even try, you know? Um, I don't know. Maybe this whole Wemby thing is getting to him way more than what he likes to lead on. Um, but he's going to have to play aggressive. They're going to need him to play aggressive. They're going to need him to try. Even if he does get his shit blocked, he is going to need to try. He's going to need to take shots. He's going to need to be aggressive. And they're going to have to find other ways to do it because, of course, when you see Wemby down there hovering around the paint, you don't want to go anywhere near it. But you're gonna have to try and create some shots, create some lanes, in order to get down in the hole or to even just hit your, hit your mid range. That's gonna be very crucial in this series. And yeah, Spurs definitely took advantage of that. Wemby for sure took advantage of that. I mean, anytime Wemby was down in the paint and the ball came to him, it was green. Like there and there's nothing nobody on that team can do to really stop it. Now Chet did have a clutch blocked in the fourth quarter that led to overtime, because Wemby was down in the paint and he was going in to float the or to shoot the ball in, and Chet did block it. So we see that he's able to, you know what I'm saying? We see that he's able to block Wemby and, stop his shots, but he just has to try and find a way to not only do it more consistently, but to also make or not even make some shots, but try, you know? Um,
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you're saying. I think Chet definitely has to get angry. I
yeah.
mean, we got to see some passion out of him because what Wemby is showing, Wemby is angry. Wemby, watch Shai get that MVP when he felt like he should be the MVP.
Oh, yeah.
And you see how he's playing out there. He's playing with aggression. He's playing like he wants to win and wants to be the champion.
Yeah.
You're not really getting that out of Chet.
Yeah, no, you're not.
And he did, like you say, he had that clutch block on Wemby. But that's not gonna be enough. I mean, Wemby had, I believe, it was 9 offensive rebounds,
Yeah.
and it's just they definitely got to switch up the game plan. I think you really offensive wise, you gotta move. You gotta have Chet playing kind of like the four, and then you gotta have like Hardenstein or the other J Will, the center, like on Wemby.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it was ugly for Chet. And like at one point, it was a real debate who was better, Chet or Wemby, and I think Wemby's definitely in the lead by a long shot.
Was there a debate?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like this rivalry between Chet and Wemby has been going on since like the Junior Olympics when Chet was 17 and Wemby was 15 or 16, and you just saw the frustration he had, you know, when Chet had won that game. And so this rivalry has been going on a while, and I believe they're
You were
1 year
talking about
apart.
more so like I think you were talking about more so like NBA because
Well, yeah, but no, NBA too. I mean, when Chet was coming up, like we saw him in like the Steph Curry camp crossing over Steph, who is some people's GOAT, who was getting crossed up by like a 17, 18-year old. Never could be LeBron. But
at a training camp where
uh
you're not taking it seriously, but okay, sure,
yeah, that was taking it
get your
pretty
shit
serious. That was
off.
pretty serious.
Yeah,
But
sure.
yeah, I mean it was debatable. I mean, because they both, and it was really only debatable because they both suffered like injuries in like their first year. So it kind of like off put. But now since they've both been healthy, I mean, Wemby has just took it and gone with it.
I mean, I think this is what happens when you see somebody who's like top tier in the position, and then you see like the absolute best, like the number one guy. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like on some fucking like like in Naruto. When you see Kakashi, you're like, oh shit, you know that nigga's pretty nice. But then Naruto pull up, you're like, oh okay, nah, I see like why he's the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? So like, uh,
It's
so yeah.
depending on like when you are referencing. I mean, young
I mean,
Naruto and
obviously, I'm not talking
Kakashi. I
about
mean,
Naruto as a fucking child, my nigga.
eh, I'm just saying, I'm just saying. I mean, like,
or,
I mean, it
or,
might be a little debatable. I
or,
mean,
or look,
Hokage, Kakashi, and Hokage.
or look. Here's an even better one, right? When you see Itachi, right? He
Uh,
was always known as like the strongest Uchiha, right? Like, like he was that guy as the Uchiha. But then when Madara pulls up, you're like, oh shit, okay, this is the difference between a
oh yeah,
top tier Uchiha and the best
yeah,
of the
yeah.
best. You know what I'm saying? so, I feel like that's what Wimby and Chet are. Um, and yeah, I mean, look, I might have to give it to Wimby, man. He might really be the best player in the world. By the way, he only shot two threes that game. And the one three he made was the one from the logo. That is and the one from the logo was to send it into another overtime. Pulled that with it, and the way he pulled it with zero hesitation. I mean, my goodness, I mean, you can't do nothing but just appreciate what you're witnessing because, I mean, that man right there was playing at
The
an
nut,
incredible level.
the nuts you gotta have to pull that shit right there from the logo.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
mean, you gotta have
that's
some big
that's the
nuts
type of shit you
to
hate.
be like, oh yeah,
That's the type of shit you hate.
oh,
You.
oh, oh.
You, nigga, you. It's the type of shit you hate. You hate when people play like Steph Curry until they start hooping like Steph Curry. Then
I
you love it all of a sudden.
mean, Steph don't never that. Steph don't play no defense. He don't get no rebounds.
You see, your boy has taken the three out of Steph's book. So, you know, when you see a young goat doing you know, taking pages out of the veterans, out of the veteran goats books. It's a good sign, man. It is a good sign. Not only is it a good sign for basketball, but it is a good sign for that young man right there because no matter how much you try and hate on the three, it is exciting. And when Wemby did that, it got everybody on their feet. It got everybody onto Twitter, on their phones, glazing the man like crazy. Everyone was excited. So, hate it or love it, it is one of the like one of the most exciting parts of the game now is when someone hits a crazy three like that, especially in the moment that it was. I mean, my goodness. Someone actually made a callback to when Steph did it in OKC 10 years ago against the team that had Kevin Durant on there, and from like a very similar spot too. Is kind of crazy. But yeah, man. Spurs and OKC. Man, this is gonna be a great series. The fact that we had double overtime in the very first game tells you what kind of series this is gonna be. This is gonna be an ugly series. This is gonna be a hard fought series. Every single game, they are going to be battling it out to the utmost. And yeah, Shea has to. He really has to come. He really has to come hard. He has to come aggressive. They got to find ways to get him the ball and get him back in his groove. Shit, they got to get him drawing fouls. Whether you hate it or love it, I'm sure you only love it if you're an OKC fan. But regardless, you need him to draw those fouls. You need him at the foul line. And then you need him just hitting his shots, like hitting his mid range shots, um, hitting his three pointers, hitting his fourth quarter shots. You're going to need that from him. He only had 24 points tonight. You're going to need 30 plus for y'all to win. And yeah, I think Shea comes out swinging hard. I think he comes out with a chip on his shoulder. Um, I think he's gonna come out with kind of the weight of the world on him because you just got the MVP, and the last thing you want to do is not give an MVP performance and prove to the doubters that they were right. So yeah, I'm sure he will step up next game. But shall we move on to unless you had anything else to
Real
add?
quick.
Yeah.
So, who was on the cover of 2K this year or last year? Was it Shay?
Was it? I'm not a big 2K guy.
2K
I want to
26
say
will be
it was
this year,
Shay.
right?
Yeah,
Ooh, it was Shay.
it was.
And I mean, there is a conspiracy about
There it is.
whoever is on the cover of NBA and who's on the cover of NFL. And so that might not be a good sign.
No, you're
Yeah,
right.
he won MVP, but that's just a little conspiracy.
Game Knicks and Cavs.
Boo! Boo!
I will go out there and build a statue for Jalen Brunson because my goodness, was that game. Oh my gosh, it was one of the best comebacks I have ever witnessed in my life. Down 22 points, 7 minutes and 52 seconds to go, and Jalen Brunson just lights it up. I mean, jeez, just goes on a absolute of a game. Oh man, the biggest playoff comeback in franchise history. Um, Jalen Brunson had 17 points in the fourth quarter and OT. The Knicks went on a 44-11 run to close the game. I mean, my goodness, like how can you not? Can you witness that and just not be in total awe? Like this man is the clutchest playoff riser we have ever seen in this sport. I mean, I don't think there's any question or any doubt to him being the clutchest when it matters the most. And boy, did that man put on a fucking show. I mean, not only Brunson, but we gotta give it up to the laundromat, Shamit. Gotta give it up to him. He hit two big threes that we needed. Maybe even a couple more that I'm not thinking of, but I know for sure that there was two big ones that were huge. Not only him, but Bridges was going absolutely nuclear in that fourth quarter as well. He also hit some very important three pointers. Oh man, to see this team fighting like that, given that they're all down 22. Oh, and then before we go on the run, there's a moment where you see Jalen Brunson in the huddle, and he's like really getting on the guys. He's like I don't know exactly what he was saying, but whatever he was saying, he was letting them motherfuckers know, and he was like very passionate about it. And then after that, it was just the Jalen Brunson show, man. Like, oh man, that game was so freaking good. Oh my goodness, it was such a good game to watch. Two overtime games in the first round of the conference playoffs. That is the first time in history that has ever happened. Man, I mean, oh man, Knicks. They were able to close it out, and there was
My
no
brother.
secret to what they were doing. All they really did in that fourth quarter was just attack James Harden. That was that. There was absolutely no secret. It was just attack James Harden, attack the defensive liability, and you're gonna get buckets. And that's exactly what Jalen Brunson did. That's exactly what all of them did. As soon as they saw they had James Harden on them, they got given the green light. Um, oh man, yeah, and then I'm not sure if you've seen Donovan Mitchell walked out very upset, very pissed off. Um, didn't say nothing to nobody, just completely just took off to the tunnel. Um, but yeah, I mean that's a devastating loss to have. When you're up 22, game one, you're in New York, you can take that game, and this series goes highly in your favor, but instead you give up a 22-point lead, and then you also in the game letting the Knicks go on a 44-11 run. Um, yeah, um, it was a ugly game from the start of it. Very low scoring. Um, a lot of turnovers and a lot of missed threes from both teams. Both teams were jacking up threes that were hitting. Both teams were turning the ball over a lot. Um, but when it all mattered, the Knicks pulled through, man. The Knicks pulled through. So Shout out to my dogs, man. On the game too. Oh man.
I mean, you got it out.
Yeah, I got it out, dog. I got it out. I got it out.
For the Cleveland Cavaliers, for 22-point lead with 7 minutes left. I mean, that's just unheard of. I mean, I will have to give it to Jalen Brunson. What he did in those final minutes.
Go ahead and continue to
So,
glaze Jalen
just
Brunson
to
like you
make
were
it
doing.
quick, I mean, I mean, Cat was pretty much a no the game. Like I already predicted, he was gonna have a hard time with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley down below. Um, I mean, also let's talk about that last shot that the Cleveland Cavaliers had. You know, they ended up giving it not to Struz. They ended up giving it to Sean Merrill for that three
Yeah.
at the end of the game, and he ended up missing it.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, with I think they had like 3 seconds left. And that's the shot you put up. I mean, it's they completely imploded as a
yeah.
whole team.
Yeah. No, I agree. Um, I agree.
Um, yeah. I mean, the run they went on, it was what, an 18-1 run for the Knicks to like just catch up. And just, I wanted to throw up watching that game.
I bet you did, buddy. I bet you did. Let's take a look at your boy. Let's see. James Harden had 6 turnovers, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. He went 4 for 6 from the free throw line. He went 1 for 8 from the three, and he went 5 for 16 from field goal. He ended the game with 15 points. Uh, Donovan Mitchell had a great game. He went 12 for 23 from the field goal range. He went 4 for 11 from the three, a little under 50%. He had 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 steals. You like to see that. 1 block, but he also had 4 turnovers. You definitely don't like to see that, especially from Donovan Mitchell. Um, Jared Allen, he made some very clutch boards when they needed it. And then Evan Mobley, um, 14 boards. Yeah. I mean, it's not like they had a terrible game. It was just really those closing minutes that, like you said, that team just kind of imploded. They just kind of self-destructed, and um, I don't really know if there's really any particular player to really blame. I don't think you can just put it all on Harden. And I don't think you can put it all on Mitchell either. It kind of looks like maybe some coaching issues there. Um,
Well, took him, I believe, the 18 run until he called a timeout.
yeah,
Like, and then the shots that they were jacking up was just atrocious. I mean, they
they
kept
were.
shooting threes, and I'm like, why y'all keep shooting threes and y'all missing them?
I really think that there, there's gonna be some tough conversations to be had this summer. I'll just say that. But let me ask you real quick though. As of right now, as of today, not counting anything that happens in the future, Who is a bigger New York Knicks legend, Carmelo Anthony or Jalen Brunson?
It's still Carmelo, without a doubt. I mean, that was pretty easy. I mean, it's Carmelo Anthony. And as of right now, neither one have did anything, you know. So neither one has a championship. Yeah, I mean, they have more success with Jalen Brunson, I would say. But they still haven't accomplished anything. And
Um,
what the Knicks do, we know what the Knicks do every year is celebrate too early. I mean, I'm surprised there ain't no damn parade in New York right now.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Jalen Brunson. As much as I love
Oh,
Carmelo Anthony, as much as I love Carmelo Anthony, Jalen Brunson got it right now, man. Like he really electrifies the entire city of New York. Um, Shout out to Aaron Judge, but there's no doubt that when it comes to sports in New York, Jalen Brunson reigns supreme. He is the king of New York sports, and yeah, I'm gonna give him the crown over Carmelo Anthony. At least as far as just those two. I gotta give it to Jalen Brunson, man. I gotta give it to Jalen Brunson. Um,
I mean, what has Jalen Brunson did that Carmelo ain't?
Jalen Brunson is. Look, I said I'm not gonna talk on anything in the future, so I'm not. But as of right now, excuse me, there's quite a lot of stats that Jalen Brunson has that Carmelo did not have. Um, quite a lot of uh, quite a lot of um, placements in history that Jalen Brunson has crossed that Carmelo never has. I don't think Carmelo is not even close as far as um, who has who has had the more 35 plus point games in the playoffs or even 30 plus point games in the playoffs. I don't think Carmelo even comes close to it. And definitely, as far as clutch goes, Carmelo's Anthony's numbers clutch wise, also, I'm sure, don't touch Jalen Brunson's. So, yeah, I think when you're thinking of, if you're using nostalgia, then yeah, you're gonna give it to Carmelo. But you gotta be able to appreciate what we're witnessing right now with Jalen Brunson. He really is that guy. He really is that man. And yeah, even if they don't make it to the finals this year, I would still take Jalen Brunson over Carmelo Anthony.
Mm.
But yeah,
So, okay,
um,
another quick question. Last shot of the game.
last shot of the game. Yes, I want Jalen Brunson taking it over Carmelo Anthony. Yes. I am now recording. Thanks for asking me.
Uh, I have been talking, but yeah, but no, the what I wanted to add was the greatest shit that they was doing. If everybody remembers, you could be listening to an R&B album. You could be listening to Chris Brown popping on and popping, and then the next song will be dun 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 dun. Like it was like no, the shit was crazy. You could be listening to
It
two
was crazy.
thousands fucking rap, and then goddamn Not Like Us will come back on, and it's
Yeah.
like we literally had a click suggest less for this one damn song because it was popping up everywhere. And it's
Yeah.
like, come on, guys, like we know what y'all doing. Like it's
And then even then it would still pop up. Like literally when I was at work, when I was working for the stores, I would have like an EDM mix on, because there's no real cussing in there, it's just beats. And it's not like us was still coming on in the rotation. I said, what the like, bro? Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right on that part. That was yeah, definitely some shady shit.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that part.
Yeah.
But
Um Moving on though, I did want to talk about this Molly Santana and Drake interaction. She said she was chilling when she got a DM from Drake, because earlier in the year Drake followed her on IG, and he had hit her up and he said, "How much do you charge for a feature?" And she said at first she thought it was a fake account, and she didn't respond until he FaceTimed her, and then she told him like, "Ain't no way I'm gonna charge to be on the album. I can slide for free." But Drake insisted. Uh, so she just told him 100K, and he was like, "Nah, that's too low. Let's go 500K." And she said, "That's cool," and that was that. And he also promised to give her a feature on her next project. And then he also linked Molly up with Future. Um,
hmm I think she has
it's
a very unique voice too, though.
Yeah, no, she does. Um, I think to do it for a California artist, do you think there was any? Do you think that was intentional? That was an intentional move?
I think both it was intentional and genuine though. I think he fucks with who he fucks with. I mean, he's just not giving out money to be spiteful or anything like that. I think if he gave out, $500 for a feature, he actually really likes the girl. Um, and I mean Drake, he's solid like that. Ain't like he told her to post a goddamn DMs or anything. So wouldn't nobody even know how the interaction even went unless she posted it. So um I mean, yeah, I mean, this is what Drake does and Kendrick does. When Kendrick dropped his fucking album, he didn't even give the feature names to the other artists until it came out like a week later, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was reported that he it was it was it was reported that the artists on that album um got paid like 10K each for the smaller artists.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. Um, and they really didn't go nowhere after that album. All the focus was really on SZA and Kendrick. Um,
He literally had that boy Lefty Gun play while he was performing his song in the crowd audience, singing his verse instead of
yeah,
having that nigga on
that's
stage.
yeah, that was very crazy. Um, that was very crazy. Um, but yeah, so shout out to Molly Santana because that track has been going absolutely crazy. Um, her numbers have also been shooting through the roof. Um, as you know, that's what happens when you get a Drake stimmy. But
hmm
but yeah, her number's been absolutely going crazy. Uh, so shout out to her. I do think she is unique, especially coming from California. I think she has a very unique sound for for her to be from California, and I think she's setting up her own lane there.
I was
On the
kind of
West
getting like
Coast,
a
Atlanta
Atlanta
vibe,
feel
right?
from her.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I was too. But it is good to see that California is starting to, that not all of them have the same exact sound, Uh,
right.
so I really do. So yeah, shout out to her. Um, how did you feel about Too Hard for the Radio?
I
Drake's
liked it.
West Coast bop.
Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I mean, he could ride on the West Coast beat better than almost anybody out there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so it's just like, um, now I do think that was very like intentional,
Oh yeah.
and I mean, pretty much saying the same thing I'm saying is, I can do this shit better than you can.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, it is one of my favorites on there. Um, and yeah, I heard like a good they put they had ended up putting Will Smith's
Did
the
see
Fresh
that
Print
too.
the Fresh
Yeah, the Fresh
that
Prince
shit
of
was
Bel Air.
rocking.
It was. It was. I was actually surprised because
Yeah.
when when I seen it, I said, "Oh, bro, what are they doing?" And then I heard it. I was like, "Hey, you know what?
Not that bad, yeah.
It's not. It's not." Um. Yeah. I like the track. I think it's gonna go crazy for the Bay. Um, someone had made a post saying that don't let Drake fool you. He's never done anything for the Bay besides something he did for E40. And there were like two or three people that came out and defended Drake on that. And these are people from the Bay. And it was like, nah, like you're tripping. Like Drake is um Drake has done a lot
Now
for me as a
I
DJ,
will
and I'm from the
say
Bay.
I am not sure about the impact of that song being played on the West Coast. I feel like they're gonna be a little funny with it, with playing it on the radio and all that. So I, I'm I don't know. I'm leaning towards like kind of blacklist that song on the West Coast.
I think they're gonna be funny about anything as far as Drake and the radio. I mean, we seen what happened with "What Did I Miss." Uh, that song should have been number one, but the radio play numbers for that song compared to the rest of the songs that were on the chart at that time, uh, it was like, you know, white van parked across the street, real subtle guys. You're famous shit. That's it was.
Yeah.
It was kind of on some shit like that. But yeah, no, I think the song is fire though, and I think Drake is kind of genius for well, well, I think he's hilarious for doing a West Coast pop. I'm sure when him and 40 were in the studio doing it, I'm sure they just had the biggest fucking laugh. Um, Made them cry. That song broke the single day Spotify history as far as most streamed rap songs in one day. It replaces Kendrick's Not Like Us with 13.2 million plays in the first day. Um, the rest of the songs in that top five are also all held by Drake. Um, yeah. So, how did you feel about "Make Them Cry"?
Oh, I mean, I love that song. Um, I think the conversation now has to be like, where does this rank as far as intro songs? I definitely think it is one of his best. Um, I would say it's definitely in top four as far as intro songs is concerned. I mean, Champagne Poetry is probably probably my favorite. Um, but Yeah, I mean it's breaking records. Do I think that's the best song off the album? No. Um, but it is the first song on the album, so
Yeah.
you know
Um,
how the math works. I mean, everybody is gonna click that song
Click
first.
that song. Yeah. I think for it to be a a song with just a 5 minute song with one verse, no hook, just going absolutely the fuck in. Um, yeah, I think it just I think it's valid proof on the world missing Drake's music. And like you said, that first click, the first song, you know what I'm saying? Um, so it makes sense. But I mean, for it to have 13.2 million, even if it is the first song, uh, it just shows how much no matter what the internet might try and paint the man as, it shows how much the world has missed the man. Yeah, but another song on here, Janice, shut the fuck up. you know, um, poor Janices out there in the world, they gotta wake up to all their friends telling them to shut the fuck up. They go, they probably gonna be getting that. They probably gonna be hearing that all year. But man, so I did see somewhere that Janice is
Some
someone who,
executives.
yeah, some executive that works with Billboard, I believe, Billboard and UMG. Um, did you see what Timbaland had to say about that song?
Uh, he said it was a masterpiece or something like that.
Yes, he said it has inspired him to get back in the studio, and he said that song is going to be timeless.
Oh yeah. I mean, when I heard it, I heard the same thing. I just thought it was an amazing song, and his voice changing on that, and the replay value on that is extremely high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he told her, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Um, Other than that, though, yeah, I mean, it's been every single day. There's been a new Drake song overtaking Drake song. Um, the predictions are that he's going to sell somewhere around 500K first week for Iceman in particular. The other two are projected to go at 100K. So you're looking at 700K in total first week. Um, yeah. Um, like I said, every day it's been one Drake song taking over the next one. I think yesterday it was Ran to Atlanta. The day before that it was Make Them Cry, and then today it's Janice. Um, yeah. All in all, though, this has this has been such a great project, such a fun project. Man, he is ripping quite a lot of people. Uh, as far as the ones off the top of my head, he's going at DJ Khaled, he's going at Jay Z, he's going at Kendrick Lamar. ASAP got a very brutal one, but also just a fun track. Um, um, who else? He's going at Lucian. He definitely went at whoever this
Dr.
Janice woman
Dre,
is. Dr. Dre, LeBron James, DeMar DeRozan, um, J. Cole, uh, Rick Ross, Pusha T, The Weeknd. Um, yeah, it is. And I'm sure it's more that I'm forgetting. But yeah, man, he really popped his shit with this one. Um, and it's well deserved. I always hear people saying, "Oh, Drake should just forget about it, and he should just continue to make good music without mentioning them or talking about them. Like you don't need to diss them anymore. It's over. Blah blah blah." Um, I think it's such an unfair criticism because when Kendrick released GNX, he was still dissing Drake and no one had anything to say about it. When Pusha T released his album with Clips, he was dissing Drake and no one had anything to say about it. Um, so yeah, I think it's very unfair to say that Drake has to sit back while these guys get to do what they want. No, I'm actually glad that Drake did what he did and he went at everybody. He really put all of his feelings on the table, and that I enjoy. Uh, I enjoy when Drake gets
Yeah,
in
and I
that.
think like with the 3 albums, he had to do it like that just so he could get everything out. And it's a pretty much a Steph Curry line. I mean, what more are they gonna say now? I don't rap enough, or I like him more when he's singing to the hoes, or the international vibe. And he checked out all those boxes.
Yes, yes, he did. He checked all those boxes while simultaneously getting out of his label. Uh, so yeah, um, big shout out to Drake and Iceman. But yeah, as far as anything else from this album, is there anything else you wanted to go over, discuss, anything at all from this
Uh,
album?
Not really. Like you said, I'm still like digesting it and still taking it all in. Uh, I mean, it's three albums. Like people giving these quick reactions and stuff like that, they really didn't do their due diligence and really listen to the album, digest it, and find out what they really like and you know don't like per se. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah, I agree. Agree. I agree. You definitely gotta let it digest. Definitely don't go through Twitter and other music reactions. I think we were talking about this the other day when we were giving out our Mount Rushmore. Um, but definitely don't let the first time that you get to build an opinion on something be from Twitter. Don't let the first time you get to build an opinion on something be from YouTube. Go listen to it, get an opinion for yourself first. Then from there, you can do whatever you want to do. But try and try and build something for yourself first because there are still a lot of bots out there. Um, and there's going to be a lot of people that are trying to make some money. They're trying to get a quick bag. So there's going to be a lot of clickbait content. Um, but do yourself a favor, do your mental a favor. Don't build an opinion off of those kind of takes first. Go listen to the tracks first, then, do whatever you want to do. Is there any other topic though that you wanted to go over before we go ahead and close this episode out?
no,
No other topics. I mean, I think everybody's just, we're digesting, the Drake albums, and everybody's ready for these playoffs, for the conference finals.
Sir.
I think we're gonna have a lot of interesting basketball, a lot of great basketball being played, and it's getting to that sad time of the year where there will be no sports really. I mean, it'll be baseball, but still be off season for basketball and football. I mean, we are ramping up with football. Preseason. Well, we still got a few months till preseason, but if anybody, if they're into fantasy football, that is also another thing that we're into, and we'll definitely be covering a lot of fantasy football in the upcoming months. And
The WNBA, dog.
yeah, oh, we got the WNBA dog.
Yeah.
So
All in all, though, this has been another great episode with you, Kenny. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share. We have more content coming. We got some more games for the week. We got some more giveaways to give out, some more prizes to do. So make sure you subscribe, because once we hit that 100 mark, as soon as we hit that 100 mark, that's when the giveaways will start popping off. That's when the prizes will start popping off. So if you are here early, you're going to benefit from this majorly. And even if you get in on the last second, you're still going to have a chance to benefit. So make sure you get down in the comments. Make sure you're liking these videos. Make sure you're sharing the videos. And of course, make sure you subscribe. Other than that, Kenny, is there anything you would like to leave with the people before we go?
hey, let's just give a big shout out to the dogs out there. Row, 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 row.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.